We are talking about a storm, one thing that we haven't seen much of so far in the month of January. And this storm is expected to bring in some accumulating snow to part of the northern tier and just a little bit less the farther south you go. And that's because we do have some rain that will be mixing in. I'm Storm Tracker 16 meteorologist Valerie Smock, and we're talking about this storm because it is going to bring some impacts to some folks, especially the higher elevations and the northern tier where we are expected to see just plain snow. Now, the areas that we are picking up some rain, that can still be a bit on the impactful side because you could be dealing with a bit of that rain snow mixed together. And even at times, some sleet is not out of the question as we head into the overnight hours. So again, here's what it looks like. We do have 3 to 6 inches of snow across the northern tier, 1 to 3 inches of snow the farther south you get. That will include the valley cities, the coal region, the southern Poconos. And now, if you had seen our forecast yesterday morning, we were actually forecasting a bit of some heavier snow down around Renova. That has since been updated. Meteorologist Jeremy Luan had updated this last night, and I liked where he was going with it. So we decreased the snowfall amount across Renova and down near State College. So what we're expecting is primarily 1 to 3 inches. The farther south you get, the more north you go, 3 to 6 inches of snow. Either way, everybody is under a winter weather advisory. This goes into effect at 3 o'clock this afternoon and will be in effect until Monday at 7 o'clock in the morning. That is because of the incoming rain, the snow, and there is a potential for a 1/10 of an inch of ice accumulation. That is going to cause some impacts. The major impacts are going to be through this evening and into the early part of your Monday. I'll get more on that here in just a second. But right now, it's just cloudy. It's a quiet start to your Sunday. So if you have to be out there running some errands, if you're going to church, shouldn't be anything that slows you down. It is just cloudy. And this is our view from our WNEP roof camera. It's currently 34 degrees. Winds are out of the south-southeast to 7 miles per hour. Now these winds today can get up to about 15 miles per hour. So a little on the breezy side, but it is definitely going to be much breezier once we head into the coming days. So much of the upcoming week will be on the breezy, if not windy side. So keep that in mind. All right, current temperature 32 at the WNEP backyard and in Knoxon, 34 in Montoursville, 35 in Bloomsburg, 32 in Tower City. And temperatures are running above average. Average low this time of year is 20 degrees. So to be in the mid-20s to low 30s, that's not that bad. Even for a high this time of year, we generally average around 35. And that's actually where we got to yesterday. For today, expecting just a few degrees above that. Now, computer-generated data is suggesting 39 is our high for today. I'm actually forecasting a high of 40 degrees here for this backyard. But you'll also notice a lot of cloud cover, not much in the way of sunshine today. You might see a few peaks of sunshine trying to come through. I can actually see here in the backyard that a few rays of sunshine are trying to bust through those clouds. You're just not going to see very much. By the time we head toward the late afternoon and into the evening, I'd say by about 4 o'clock, a lot of folks will really start to pick up some wet weather at that point. Could be in the form of snow, could be in the form of rain, or you could actually see a mix of the two. I'll show you that more here in just a second. Satellite and radar, just some cloud cover, and that is all we're talking about here this morning. And that's going to change once we head toward the late afternoon. Because of that, this is what you're seeing. Snow across Michigan, Illinois, Indiana, Western Ohio. Now that has really changed. It's now across a good chunk of Ohio for the snow. It's closing in on Western Pennsylvania. On south across the Tennessee Valley into the Carolinas, you're primarily just looking at rain, and some of this is actually on the heavier side. So all of this is coming our way. We have a low pressure system that's moving up the eastern seaboard. It's pulling in enough warm air that we're seeing some rain in the Philadelphia area. We're also going to see some snow and rain across the valley cities. The farther north and west you go, you're mainly looking at just plain snow. However, if we had enough cold, fresh, dry air, this would be more of a snowmaker, and it would be a bit more of a system that we haven't seen much of so far this winter, which is one that brings all snow. In fact, we are 7.9 inches below average for snowfall just this month. We've only had a trace of snow so far in January. So to have at least some measurable snowfall coming our way, measurable means you have to have at least 0.1 inches of snow. It's kind of something that's a little bit worth talking about because we have been so much in a snow drought, I should say. All right, here's what future clouds and radar looks like. We're starting off dry, so by 2 o'clock, beginning to pick up some snow in parts of central Pennsylvania, some rain to the south. So this will continue to fill in as we go through the late afternoon. By 4 o'clock, snow, Wellsboro, Renova, Lamar, Williamsport, Mifflinburg, seeing some rain-snow mix. Bloomsburg, Sunbury, seeing just plain rain. And then around the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre area, down around Hazleton, much of Schuylkill County, Carbon-Monroe County, seeing just plain snow. By 6 o'clock p.m., most everybody will be seeing some snow at this point. There are a few select locations, South Central Tier, where a bit of a mixing is not out of the question, but this is going to be primarily snow for everybody by about 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. This will continue to change and evolve as we go into the overnight hours. By 10 o'clock, you'll notice that pink line, the rain-snow line, that's starting to push to the north. Lamar, Mifflinburg, over near Milford, Mount Pocono. That's rain and snow. On south, where you're seeing just plain green, that's just plain rain. Across the northern tier, staying is all snow. That's why we're going to see the higher snow totals across the northern tier, because you're primarily looking at just plain snow. Rain is filling in across the valley cities, Bloomsburg, Sunbury, down near State College. Well, parts of Clinton and Lycoming County are starting to get that rain-snow mix. That's why we kind of adjusted those numbers just a bit, because we're actually going to be picking up a bit more of that wintry mix and just plain rain for a time. By 2 a.m., that starts to change over, and from northwest to southeast, you're starting to see some snow kind of taking back over. By the time we get to 6 o'clock in the morning, it looks very similar to where we were at 6 o'clock in the evening. Most folks seeing just plain snow. There are a few locations, though, especially the farther south and east you go, dealing with still a rain-snow mix. By 8 o'clock in the morning, still seeing that snow, and then that rain line starts to push back north by 10 a.m. And I'd say it's kind of around the I-80 corridor point south where you're most likely to see the rain in general. By 2 o'clock, still some snow showers across the northern tier. It'll take until about 4 o'clock to finally get to see a bit of a break, and things will start to dry out from west to east. But in general, again, you're looking at 3 to 6 inches of snow across the northern tier. Everybody else, that includes the coal region, the southern Poconos, valley cities, that's going to be about 1 to 3 inches of snow because we have that rain mixing in. Rainfall forecast, these numbers have gone up here in the past 24 hours. We were generally looking at around 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain, which most of us are going to be there, but numbers have now gone up in the Scranton area. We're now looking at around 7/10 of an inch of moisture, more than 3/4 of an inch in Lakeville, Mount Pocono, even Honesdale. That's where we're more likely to see some heavier rain pushing through. So this is not going to be one of the hardest hit storms with rain or snow, but it's still going to be impactful. This is going to be heavy, wet snow, the snow that is not very pleasant to try to shovel. All right, here are your impacts between Sunday and Monday. Low threat between Sunday 3 p.m. and 7 p.m., but it's more of a medium threat between 7 p.m. and Monday at 3 a.m. So that's going to be your best chance to have some impacts here from this storm. Then by the time we head into your Monday morning, it's back to a low threat as things are just more of a rain and snow shower. It's not going to be as big of a deal. All right, your storm memo. Here's kind of an overview of what we're looking at here. This begins Sunday afternoon between 2 and 5. Best chance right now, I'd say, would be about 3 and 4. Heaviest precipitation will be between 7 p.m. and 3 a.m. That's why you have those higher impacts during that time. And that will be a changeover to rain during this time. Higher elevation roads are going to get slick, and isolated power outages are not out of the question. We can have some delays Monday morning. That will more likely be in the higher elevations or locations that do pick up some ice. And even Scranton, not out of the question to be picking up some sleet. So yes, it can still be slick even in the valley cities. Then, if that's not enough, we get a brief break on Tuesday, and then we're looking ahead to Wednesday, where we have yet again another storm coming through. This appears to be starting off as just plain snow as we head into Wednesday afternoon. Then a rain-snow mix starts to move in by the evening, rain coming in from the south, Selinsgrove, around Northumberland, Schuylkill County. Everybody seeing some rain by the time we head into Wednesday night, and then it starts to back off slightly by Thursday morning, but still coming to an end as some snow or a rain-snow mix as we head into your Thursday. Right now it looks to be staying as more just snow as we head through your Thursday. Obviously snowfall totals, rainfall totals, not out just yet, but this appears to be a rain-snow scenario that, yes, can change, and we'll continue to keep you updated here in the coming days. But for tonight, mostly cloudy, still dealing with that wintry mix. Sleet is a possibility, 30 for your overnight low. By tomorrow, mostly cloudy, still seeing some rain and snow showers. Those will primarily be in the morning, and they will be tapering off as the day goes on, but you can still get some active weather even into the afternoon, high topping out at 37. For your extended forecast, so we are going to be looking at the rain and snow to be building in by about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon. 40 degrees, mostly cloudy otherwise. 3 to 6 inches of snow across the northern tier. We'll be looking at 1 to 3 inches of snow for everyone else. That includes the Valley Cities, Coal Region, Southern Poconos. That will also now include parts of Clinton and Lycoming County, unlike yesterday where it was a higher amount. We have adjusted that. Rainfall totals anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 inch with locally higher amounts. Where you are going to stay primarily as more of a rain storm. That includes the farther south and east you go. You can pick up to around, I'd say 3/4 of an inch of rain. That's not out of the question. Then on Monday, rain and snow showers that will continue to taper off as we head into the afternoon. On Tuesday, your one dry day. We will have a partly sunny day. It is, however, going to be breezy. On Wednesday, rain and snow. It is going to be a windy day. Winds can gust up to about, I want to say 30 miles per hour. That's not out of the question. Thursday, rain and snow showers in the morning, staying breezy. And then on Friday and Saturday, right now it looks dry with a mostly cloudy sky, and temperatures will be in the mid-30s. So very active weather coming here in the next 24 hours, but we will definitely keep you posted. You can always get the latest updates. Allie will be in later tonight, and she will have the latest details on WNAP, and you can always get the latest updates on air and online as well, WNAP.com.